Assalamu alaikum. In today's videos, we are going to discuss that how people are able to find dominant silver on shops or in market, or they reach to them as normal birds. So this is the today's video's topic we are going to discuss. There are many reasons behind it, especially as we know most of the people around the globe do not have proper knowledge, or they do not search about it, so they do not have the proper knowledge. That's why they end up sending those birds to shopkeepers or to the breeders as greys, because they do not see them as dominant silver. Especially if someone has paired up single factor dominant silver with normal birds, so he knows they can come with normal birds and they can come with DS. Most of the people who do not know about the dominant silver or do not have proper knowledge, they believe that the dominant silver have proper pattern from childhood, and there are few birds, especially black-head dominant silver, which I categorize as black-head dominant silver. So they do have a pattern in them, or they have differentiation in color, which makes it easy to identify them in young age. But they forget that it was clearly written in articles that in young age a DS can look like a grey or a white-faced charcoal. So they forget that point and they end up selling their bird because they believe that this bird is normal grey or white-faced charcoal. So they sell it as to shopkeeper or to breeder as normal birds. So that is one reason. And the second reason, if you have sold something as a grey and the other person doesn't know, because you sold it even before the first mold, males can be checked after the first molt or during the first molt that they are DS, but for females you have to wait for 2 to 3 years to properly judge they are DS or not. So if somebody has sold it as a normal bird to someone who does not know about DS, then if he or she takes a breed, then he or she will sell it as a normal bird too. Moreover, if a shopkeeper buys that bird at a normal price, he would just add his markup or his profit into it and then resell it to the customer. So that ends up in some one hand who is searching that what bird is this. It looks like an unusual bird. Moreover, if somebody has bought DS but he doesn't have the knowledge about it, and that's why he is being said by many people that it is not a other bird, or people with less knowledge are misguiding him due to their less knowledge, that this bird is not a dominant silver and this bird is a grey. You have been cheated, you have been fraud, you have been scammed, and you should treat it as a grey, and they start treating it as a grey without taking proper knowledge. Moreover, if somebody fails to sell his birds at a higher price, that usually happens in developing countries, then he end up selling his bird just for the money, because he is raising or breeding the bird just for money but not for the hobby, and he doesn't have the knowledge, or even if he has the knowledge but he is not getting good price, he is selling. Or maybe he sold some bulk amount of bird, and while capturing a bird, mistakenly a dominant silver bird was also captured, and then that ends up with an importer, exporter, or a shopkeeper or a breeder that doesn't have a knowledge about it. Moreover, there can also be a reason of selling those birds. They may have faced fertility problems. The bird may not be physically 100% fit. That's why they end up selling that to the shopkeeper or someone else. And when someone buys from them, that I would request that person that once you know, then you should take care of that bird, and you should treat that bird in a manner that it should be treated, and you should take due care of the bird, and moreover you should sell that bird as at the price that it is to be sold. Most of the people who buy single factor dominant silver and don't know about double factor dominant silver, and when they have paired up two single factor dominant silver, they end up having a single factor dominant silver that may look like a Lutino bird with a black eye, or clear pied normal cheek, clear pied yellow cheek, clear pied festal face, or clear pied in white face. Then he or she may get confused, and he or she may sell that bird as a normal bird to someone, and when that person breeds that bird, he end up having DS with him. So this is the scenario in which many people do fail to sell their birds, or haven't proper knowledge, or people are misguiding them due to their less awareness, or they are unable to sell their birds, or they faced any kind of fertility problem, or bird has some kind of physical disability, they do not believe in it, bird is not of the you can say stature, size, or overall presence that they require for their setup, then they end up selling those birds to some people who do not have knowledge about it. So these were the reasons behind people seeing dominant silver ending up with the people who do not have knowledge, or being bought as grays, or seeing them with importers, exporters, or in market. So this was today's video. Inshallah we will meet in next video. Till then, Allah Hafiz.